What is your mother's name?
My mother's name, as far as I know, was Judith Black. She went by a lot of different aliases, and I believe the FBI on their most wanted list had listed, I think, 45 different aliases, and there were for sure many, many more. I was 14 when my stepfather ended up missing, and later his body was discovered. I actually saw the body. She told me don't go in her bedroom, because I came back from football practice, and she said that something was wrong with the bathroom. And so I was like, all right, cool. And so I went into my bathroom, but I didn't have any shampoo. So I went into her bedroom to get shampoo, and that's when I saw my stepdad's body in the bed with a blanket over his face, and his toes sticking out. And then days later, she was putting on a big act about, Richard's not home yet. I don't know where he is. I'm worried. And I knew that something was up because I'd seen the body. And then a few days later, they found the body in a ditch. And then a few days after that, the FBI investigated, and they ran our house, and they took our van away to do tests on it. And right after they took that, we took off on a train to Chicago. Growing up as a kid, it was really difficult. I had a semi-normal life prior to my parents getting divorced. There was problems because my mother, I recently found out, was diagnosed with a form of schizophrenia, bipolar disorder, narcissism. But after they got divorced, I was really poor. My mother was a dangerous woman. She threatened to kill me at one point. And we basically, after she had committed one of the two murders that I know about, we basically lived the gypsy life. Like every 5 or 6 months, we were on the move, new cities, new aliases, primarily trying to be 2 steps ahead of the FBI. I don't think a kid can go through all the things that I went through or my siblings went through and not come out the other end affected in some way. Part of the reason I didn't go to school very much when I was growing up was because it was difficult to put a kid in school, and the school would require records and transcripts and vaccination proof and all these things that she couldn't provide because as soon as she did, she might get caught. So she didn't have a driver's license, she didn't use a social security number, she never got a job. She just conned people out of money. So I think you can go a really long time without getting caught if you're willing to live that kind of life, which I guess she was. My mom was off the grid with us since like 1980. And then she surfaced when the authorities, the police showed up at her doorstep in Iowa in 2002 because there was some suspicious activity. Someone reported her, and it turned out she had kidnapped my sister's kids. Then she got tried, was given a rather lenient sentence. I think it was 8 years. And then she had to do like a halfway house situation where she would stay in this home and then go to work and then come back to the home. And so they were limited her freedom. But she couldn't hang with that. She just went to work one day and then disappeared. So she fell off the grid again sometime in the early 2000s. And then, I don't think anybody's heard anything from her since.